right, guys, welcome back to the third week in a row for the Cruise and Nurse Travel live stream. There's not a whole lot of news this week, but I do have a really exciting um, cruise opportunity that I wanted to talk about at the end of the live stream. So stay tuned to the end for that. It's going to be worth your while, I think. So welcome everyone that is watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you don't know who I am, I'm Ashley Neal. I'm a registered nurse and also a travel agent. And for those of you that have watched before, thanks for returning. And for those of you that haven't watched before, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And shortly, I will actually link a link to my weekly email list newsletter if you would like to join it. It's completely free. So really, this week there's some news about MSC is really the biggest news this week. There's good and there's bad. So the good news is they are building a brand new beach club in the Bahamas. So we're not sure if it's going to be like a destination like Ocean Key that you actually dock at, or if it's going to be more like a port excursion like Royal Caribbean's beach clubs, where you actually have to purchase the excursion and go there as one of those. So it's still up in the air. They've just released a few renderings of the drawings of the island and a few details. They're going to have some dining. They're going to have multiple beaches. They're going to have pools, welcome pavilion, and in the drawings it looks like there's not a pier per se to dock the ship, but there may be somewhere that you can do tender boats. So if it is a port excursion, then that's what they'll be using that for. So that's exciting. It's supposed to be opening in 2028, so not too much longer. And they are actually also doing some renovations at the main Ocean Key private island in the Bahamas as well. So those are going to be opening in the next year or so. They're going to add some family-friendly beach areas, some more dining, more buffet options, and also going to do like a kids splash pad and kind of thing. So this new private island they're doing, though, they did say that they are not going to add the big bells and whistles like the big private islands have, like Royal Caribbean. They're not going to do zip lines, water slides, anything high energy like that. They want to keep the island very calm and serene and natural as much as they can. So I like that option. I like the fact that they're not going, all out with water parks and thrill rides and all those kind of things, because I find it makes the island a little bit less relaxing and, too busy. And then that just adds an extra fee to a lot of things. I know for Royal Caribbean's Perfect Day, you have to pay an extra fee to do those water slides and to go to the water park. So in my opinion, how can you take your kids to a private island and then say, no, you can't get on the ginormous water slides? There's 15 water slides, but no, you can't ride them. So you end up spending quite a bit extra on those things. So if you don't have that option, you don't have to disappoint your kids. That's the way I look at it as far as that is. So that's just my opinion. So let's see who's in here today. Oh, hi Sue. Thanks for watching. Where are you guys all from? Let me know in the chat where you guys are watching from. If you have any cruises that you're going on shortly. My cruise is getting closer. I just posted a video today on Instagram. I'm doing like a daily walking to my next cruise. So every day what I'm doing is on my daily walk, I take a video of myself walking, and then I will give a cruise tip. When I do the video, I'll give you a cruise tip every day, and I'm going to do that every day until I sail on May 17th. So I'm 33 days out now. So you have quite a few more days of cruise tips. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will see all those. And some of them are pretty helpful. I think they are anyways. I think they're things that I would like to know as a new cruiser, or a cruiser in general. So I do like that. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, follow me there as well. Yeah, I really like MSC. They're just coming out. They're showing that they can compete with the big dogs. They're doing all of the private island to compete with Royal, and Celebrity's new Celebration Key. They have a new private island. So they're really showing that they're not going to be pushed around essentially, and they can build big private islands too and just keep up with everybody. They can build the big new ships. They can build the big new private islands, and yeah, they're doing everything that all the other cruise lines are doing, and they're not slowing down anytime soon by the looks of it. They're even starting to sail in Alaska this year. I can't pronounce the name of the ship. Poison? I can't pronounce it, but it's their first ship that's going to start sailing in Alaska this year, and it's going out of Seattle. So that's something new for MSC as well. They dominate Europe, and they're really coming into North America and taking it by storm, really. So it's pretty nice. Oh, hi Nancy. Yeah, Nancy's coming with us on a cruise coming up, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. That's a little teaser. And I've sailed with her before on MSC Meraviglia. Oh, hi Cheryl. Yep, Cheryl's sailed with me as well on MSC before a couple of times. And she's actually coming on the cruise that I'm going to talk about later as well. And Jody. Oh, hi Jody. I'm really excited that you came to the live stream, and I'm really hoping that you're going to be able to come on the cruise with us. I will talk to you about that later. So hopefully you can come. She's actually a nurse with me, and we haven't told our manager yet that we're all going to be going on a cruise, and not really sure how that's going to go over, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, hi Alicia. You're one of my clients too. You've sailed with me a few times. I've sailed with you on the MSC Meraviglia, and just booked you again. I'm really happy I got to book you guys again, and a little group of you guys going. It's always exciting. Now I do have all that good news I had about MSC. I do have some bad news that I'll tell you about them too. So they just recently released today, I believe, today or yesterday. They are going to be increasing their daily gratuities. So this is starting to happen with all the cruise lines. Every once in a while, every year, a couple of years, they'll start to creep up their daily gratuities. So first it was Carnival and Holland America. They both decided, I think a couple weeks ago now, that they are going to increase their daily gratuities. So it only was a matter of time before other cruise lines are going to start following suit. So MSC has actually released that they are going to increase their daily gratuities starting May 11th of this year by $1 per person per night for regular staterooms. And if you are in the yacht club, you're going to go up $3 a night per person. So it is something that's going to, take effect in May. And, if you've prepaid them, you don't have to worry, they're not going to increase, and they are actually going to honor anyone that has an MSC cruise booked for the future. You have up until May 11th to prepay your daily gratuities, and they will actually honor the current rate. So I think if you were going to go on a sailing, it is only $1 a day, but $1 a day in your pocket's better $1 a day in someone else's pocket. So you can actually prepay those. So if you are sailing at MSC, then I would suggest before May 11th, probably before that, because they're probably going to get an influx of people doing this. I would prepay your daily gratuities for sure. So that is something that's interesting for sure. And the only other piece of information I had for this week was there was one of the cruise ships, the Brilliant Lady, actually came into St. John. It was a Valiant Lady, I think. Virgin Voyages, they actually were rerouted to St. John. So I didn't have a chance to go and look at them because I was working, but they came into St. John instead of going to Bermuda. And there was a couple CBC News articles I was reading about people that were, from New Brunswick going on their spring cruise, going to put their toes in the sand, and they ended up here in St. John. So like I said before, when you cruise, and they only had 3 days notice, I guess they were monitoring the storm to make sure it was safe to actually, sail towards Bermuda, which it didn't end up being. So they gave it till 3 days before, and then they made the call. So, It's unfortunate, but it does happen. You have to go with the assumption that that could happen. When you book your cruise, you're not guaranteed your itinerary. I know that's unfortunate, but you're not. You're not guaranteed the itinerary. It depends on, sometimes the weather impacts it. Sometimes they overbook ports. So all the ships that are supposed to go to a certain port, there's not enough room for them. So they have to reroute them somewhere else. So that's something that can happen as well. So it's in the fine print. You're not guaranteed your itinerary. They try the very best that they can to not change your itinerary. But when it comes to safety, for sure, they really have to do that sometimes to keep everybody on board safe. So that's their main priority. What's this? I'm following a couple on TikTok, and yeah. I think it was actually on TikTok because I think in the news article that I was reading, I think it said as per TikTok or something like that. So yeah, I mean St. John's a great port. There's lots to do here. There really is, especially for people that aren't from here. You have Picaroon's Pub, which you can go to. You have Cask and Kettle, which has, locally brewed beer. You can get some good food there. You can go over to Woodchucks, and axe throwing's always a good way to get some anger out from being rerouted from Bermuda to St. John. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. And those O'Leary's Pub, Wasted Day. There's so many places to go. I guess I just listed all places to go drink. There's the city market, which is great history. There's Reversing Falls, which is actually the only place in the world you can see the river go backwards, which is pretty cool. It's got the highest change in, I forget what it is. Anyways, the height of the water goes up 52 feet in the course of a day, so it's the highest in the world. So that's pretty cool. And you have things like the Loyalist House. Anyway, St. John's a great place to visit. And people that aren't from here really love it. They really enjoy it. You talk to people that get off the cruise ships, or you talk to people on a cruise, and you tell them where you're from, and a lot of people really quite like coming to Eastern Canada. It's nice. Yeah, the tide's coming in and out. Yeah. But the one thing that people don't realize, from different people I've spoken to on cruises and just in general, they don't realize that if you go to Reversing Falls when you're here, but you dock at a time that the tides aren't going to be reversing, that you're just going to see still water. You're not going to see anything. So I try to explain that to some people that, you have to make sure you hit the tides properly. Otherwise, you're just going to see still water. You're not going to see any rapids. So I kind of miss the times we had the jet boat. That was kind of a good thing, a good draw. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. So does anyone have any questions? Any questions for me? Any information they wanted to talk about or anything like that? I'm gonna try to do this once a week just to see how things go and see if I can answer people's questions. Mhm. Yep. So I will actually talk about the exciting part that I wanted to talk about. So next year, some of you already know this because you're already booked, but next year, April 11th to the 18th, we are going to go on a group cruise out of LA. I know, it's exciting, right? So what we're going to do is I am going to go on this cruise as well. I'm going with my mom, and we're going to, bunk together. Hopefully still be family when we're done. But so I have a group of people going. I've put it out there just to see if anyone was interested as a group cruise. I put it on my social media, and I've had so much interest. It for some reason it just blew up. There's so many people that want to come, so that's great. So we're booking people left, right, and center, and so what we're gonna do is I'm going to actually link the quote in the description of the video here so you can see it if you want to check out the quote, or you can send me an email, send me a message on my Facebook, Instagram. The link is up in the top there, the QR code, if you don't already follow me, for my Facebook page, which is where I put all my travel deals. But so I'll put the link so you can click on it and look, or you can send me a message and I'll send it to you personally. So we're going to sail from LA, and we're going to go to the Mexican Riviera. We're going to go to Puerto Vallarta. Please don't make fun of me if I can't pronounce these words, because I can't, but I'm going to try. So Puerto Vallarta, Cabo San Lucas, that's the easy one, and then Mazatlan. I think I got that right. I think. So that's where we're going to sail. We're going to sail on the Encore, which is a beautiful ship. It's the middle of the road. It's got go-karts. It has beautiful outdoor space called the waterfront on deck 8. It's the entire way around is all outdoor space. So if you don't want to be right in the middle of where the main pool deck is with all the action and the parties and the, you know, belly flop contests and the sexiest man alive leg contests and all that stuff, if that's your thing, you go right ahead. I'm not judging, but I don't like that. I like to have the quiet around deck 8. So you can go around there, sit and play cards. There's tables and chairs, there's comfy chairs, and you can just sit and listen to the ocean, read a book. It's beautiful. It's great. I love it. So for this one, we have limited cabins. Most of the cabins are balconies. I have very limited insides. I think I only have maybe four or five insides. But balconies, I have some balconies, but they're selling quick. We probably have about 15 cabins, I think, so far booked, and there's quite a few people in the wind looking to book. Some of them are actually here in this chat that I've been talking to. So what it is a balcony with your flights so this price is anywhere from St. John, Halifax, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal areas. It can be priced anywhere else in Canada or the United States. And my prices are all in Canadian dollars. They can be adjusted. I can give American prices, so that doesn't deter anybody from booking. So you have your flight, you have unlimited balcony or unlimited beverages, 150 Wi-Fi minutes per person, $50 shore credit per port, per cabin. It's not per person. And 3 specialty dining nights. So all of that is going to be $24.25 per person. I know. My coffee cup for today. Today's been rough. I worked a 12-hour day, so. And all this talking makes your voice dry. So for $24.25 per person, you get all that. Now, if you want to upgrade to the Free at Sea Plus package, which is what I do, and I'll tell you why. I upgrade because I always upgrade my internet because I need it for my streaming, I need it for that kind of stuff. So that in itself is $250 value. So I do that. And then you pay your daily gratuities, which are roughly $197 a person per week. So right there's your increase. Because to upgrade, it's $490 a person. So if you are interested in upgrading your Wi-Fi, then I say it's go for it. If you're not, then I don't think it's worth it. Because the only other things you're going to get is, aside from your internet and your daily gratuities, is you're going to get upgraded beverage package, which has high-end liquors, which is, you don't need unless you like high-end liquors, whiskeys, wines, that kind of stuff. Bottled water and Starbucks, which is really nice. But again, not a necessity. You can pay as you go for that stuff. So that's the way I look at it. Anyone that asks me if they should upgrade or not, I always say, are you going to upgrade your Wi-Fi? If the answer is yes, go for it. If the answer is no, you might want to think about it because it might not be worth your while. So yeah, so we're going to actually go, oh, I kicked my camera. We're going to go April 11th to 18th, 2027, NCL Encore out of LA to Mexican Riviera. I will put the link in the description so everyone can see it. Yep, Nancy's coming with us. Nancy and her mom are coming. I've sailed before, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I've never been out of LA Port, so I'm excited. I have lots of clients that have before, and they're giving me kind of tips on that. So that's interesting. So it'll be fun. I think it's going to be a great time. And the more the merrier, more people that go, I'm going to put goodies in their cabin. And everyone that books is going to have a chance at a $50 Amazon card. So, I mean, it's win-win. You're going to book your cruise anyways. Might as well get a chance at $50 cabin or $50 Amazon card and some goodies in your cabin. And you have me on the cruise with you. What's more fun than having your travel agent on the cruise with you? And then Alicia, yeah. So Alicia's going on the same cruise, but it's February 28th. So you've got quite a good little group going with you now. You got quite a little few cabins there. You guys are gonna have a great time. It's gonna be a good time, and you'll have already done it all, so you can give me all the tips when you get back. So I'll know where to go, what to do, and what to expect. That'd be great. And Sue, yes, you can go as many times as you want to. I will go with you every time. It's gonna be a great time. Yeah. Like I say though, I don't know what's gonna happen at my work because no one's gonna be there to work. So, anyways, yeah. Yeah, you have a lot. So it's thank you for the referrals. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. I seen you can book your flights 2 days before the cruise. Yeah. So with that, Jody, what that means in the quote is NCL will fly you in 1 or 2 days prior to the cruise. So what that means is it's not going to affect your flight price. The only thing that you're going to be responsible for is if you go in 1 or 2 days early, you're responsible to pay the hotel. So wherever you stay before you're sailing, you're responsible for that. But as far as flying, they give you that option to fly in 1 or 2 days before without changing your flight price. So that's your option, 1 or 2 days. I'm going 1 day before. I have other clients that are going 2 days before so they can have a full day to explore. So it's really whatever you're comfortable with, makes no difference, but that's why it says 1 to 2 days. I would never book anyone that wanted to fly in the same day as a cruise. I've actually turned people away because of that, because God, with flights right now, there's too much that can happen. It would be just terrible. Yeah, you're going to give me all the tips, for sure. Jody, I'm booked for 2 days prior. We will explore LA for a couple of days. Hotels are booking up for that week, though. Yeah, so I was talking to Nancy the other day about hotels after she booked, and the hotels are booking up. Um, I forget where Nancy said she's staying, but we're staying at the DoubleTree by Hilton in San Pedro. The Port of LA is where we're staying. It's supposed to be a nice hotel. We're gonna see what it's like. So I'll give you lots of videos on it. Yeah, I would never fly in the same day. Never. All right, guys. Well, I won't keep you much longer. Been going for a while now. But like I said, if you haven't followed me on Facebook, The Cruising Nurse Travel, subscribe, follow. My Instagram, follow me, The Cruising Nurse, and my YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this right now. Subscribe, watch my videos. It really helps the algorithm. I will post my email list in here as well. Again, if you want to join my weekly email list, excuse me. So that's going to be I called it the Cruise Insider. So I'm going to send that out every week. It's going to have the best cruise deal of the week, some cruising tips, and just some information, some cruise news that's been happening. So I just thought it'd be something just to send out, get to know some people, kind of put my name out there, and give some information. No problem, Cheryl. Thank you very much for tuning in. Oh no, Jody's got someone going with her. She's already got a plan. She's got a plan in motion. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do truly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. Take care.